morning, everybody. This month of January is just flying by. Today is the 14th already. Can't believe it. Hope you're sticking to your goals. Rocking on. Wanted to talk a little bit about leads today. I had somebody ask me where I get my leads from, what my lead sources are. And there's a few different ones. One of them is open houses. I did one yesterday with my brother, who's going to be starting and is starting new construction home sales with us. It's kind of cool doing it with two people because we've got a model home. We've got a home across the street that we're building for a client. We've got other homes going up in that neighborhood, and then I've got another spec or model home that's about 5 minutes from there. So if you get somebody that comes in that's interested in maybe the other spec or model home, I can run, show it to them. Sean can stay there and kind of do his thing. Or if somebody comes in and they're talking about the home that they like and maybe it's similar to the one that we're building across the street, he can take them over there and show them, and I can stay there and wait and accommodate for other people that are there. So it's kind of a cool way to do it, and you can just split things that way. If you've got somebody else that you work with, new construction sales in your office, or somebody that maybe you can have an agreement on Sundays, Saturdays. You're both going to do the open house together, and you can split and work together on those particular leads. So that is one way. Some of the people that come in are looking for, maybe they're a couple years out, or they're looking for their son or their daughter. They saw our Facebook post advertisement that we put out on the open house and just wanted to come check out the house. So there's a lot of scenarios with people that are coming into the open house, but it's a great way to make yourself accessible. You'll find that if you are always available and accessible, if people can, even during the week, they know they can stop in by your model and check it out or talk to you, you're going to become known as that home builder or as that person who's always available. And you'll find that over the years, that's something that's going to help with building your personal brand, your builder's brand, and ultimately bringing more sales for you. So open houses are still a huge way to do it. And the right way to do an open house is to get the word out there, make it an event. So still put up signs, get those directional signs out there. I find that half the people, yesterday we had 14 people that came through. So that's a good turnout. And half of those people were just driving around and they saw signs. So if you're in an area where you've got some main roads around you, get those directional signs out there because that's going to bring people in. Number two, put out a post on Facebook and run an ad behind it. So yesterday I put out a post, and I probably should have done this the day before. I did it Sunday morning, but if you can do it Friday or Thursday, or if you know you're going to be doing an open house, today's Monday. If I know I'm going to be doing one on Sunday, put out an ad today, put 35, 40, 50, say you want to try and get, 35 people through the open house, put out an ad, throw $100 behind it. And really, that's a lot when putting out a Facebook ad, but if you get just one building agreement from somebody who came through that open house, $100 of whatever your total commission is such a small percentage. So it makes sense. Take and set aside money that you're getting with your sales commissions to use towards Facebook advertising. That leads me into my next lead generation source, which is Facebook. YouTube somewhat as well, but most of the videos that I put out on YouTube, like I'm doing right now, are for new construction salespeople. I do get some people that see my videos on there, but for me, and do what works for you, but advertise and put some money into it. So for me, putting out a Facebook ad, whether it's a post that I do that's educational about this part of the building process or that part of the process, or maybe it's a collage of photos from our current model home and a couple other homes that have been completed, whatever it is, put that ad together, put that post together, and you're going to then have the option, if you're doing it from your mobile phone, to boost the post, or I think to get better results, if you're putting it out from a desktop computer, you've got some more options when it comes to running that ad for the post. But if you're in a time crunch and doing it from the mobile device is the only thing that you can do, something is better than nothing. And I think every year they're improving on the amount of options that you've got when you boost a post. It used to be just boost the post and then that was it. It would throw it out there to whomever to look at it. Now you've got options. You can select your audience. That's one thing that you want to do, is you want to put together an audience, and maybe a couple different ones. Maybe you're going to put out some photos of a build that was, $500,000 for the home and lot total. So that audience should be different from the $350,000 house that you're putting out, because you want to appeal to different income levels. Or if it's just about the open house and just a broad, hey, we're having an open house, come check out what we can do, then you can basically have just one big audience for that. But what you want to do when you're building your audience, you still want to target certain income levels and certain age groups, because people, below 28 years old are not building homes. And that's not to say that there aren't any that aren't, but the majority of people who are 28 years old are not building homes. And it probably even goes up further from there. If I look at the age group of the people who are coming through the doors and who are building homes, they're probably all at least starting in their 30s. So target men and women in their 30s. You target grandparents, you target new parents. You want to make sure your ads are hitting the right people, and when you do that, you're going to get huge results, and continue to do that. So when I do my open house, I put out an ad, and I've got an audience, Joseph Scott Homes audience, that includes everybody in my area and the surrounding cities and municipalities. It includes their age groups, income levels. So when I boost that post, or when I run an ad on it, it's going to reach a lot of people, and it's going to reach people who are in a position to build, people who are in a position to, you can target homeowners, people who are likely to sell their homes. You can get really detailed with this. So Facebook advertising is definitely a huge lead production source. Number 3, and this is going to be the most important, because things change over the years. There may come a time when people don't go to open houses. Now, I don't think that time's ever going to come, because people always want to go see the physical product, meet with the person. So I think that's always going to be relevant, but Facebook may not be the number one advertising source anymore. It may be something else. So no matter what you're doing with those other, you want to have more than one lead source, more than 2 lead sources, at least 3, and maybe even more than 3. So the other lead source is building your brand, and this is something that you're not going to get immediate leads from. So I started selling new construction homes 10 years ago, and I read a book, and this book told me that if I did certain things and I practiced certain sales techniques, that at some point I wouldn't have to prospect as much. At some point down the road, I would start to get a lot of just referrals and word of mouth builds. And so I did those things. I read that book, I practiced those things, and lo and behold, year after year, I do get more word of mouth or referrals. And I do real estate as well, so that's obviously a huge part of it too. Real estate is huge with word of mouth. So over the years, that has been a huge lead source, is just building your brand, consistently putting out information that is helpful to people. Continue to build your brand, and year after year, you'll become known as the guy or the gal that knows new construction sales. So if people are watching what you're putting out there, they're going to come and they're going to check you out first. So that's the number one thing that you want to do, is build that brand year after year. That's going to be another really important sales lead source. And again, that's not going to happen until 2-3 years down the road. That's going to be a long-term thing. But once everything is clicking and together, you've got all those things working, you are going to have a lot of leads coming in, and that's what you want. That's what it's all about. So that's what I wanted to talk about in this video. Let me know if you've got some other sources that you find working for you. If you've got any questions about anything that I talked about, I would love to see the comments, be able to help in any way that I can. Please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you are in new construction sales or sales, real estate sales, whatever. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. Take care. Have a great week.